So it'll be funny to see these guys step up shoulder to shoulder again and see what the difference is in their demeanor this time around.
Austin pretty much dominated Doug Parker in the last match. Let's see if Doug can get dialed in, do what I know he can do. And I tell you what, thank you, Tyler Goodwin, for the shot making that you made. You made some very nice shots. Do not hold your head down where you finished in this tournament.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And we expect nothing less of players that come out of that organization down there, Heart of Dixie. You know, I'm not going to mention his name.
All right, I was calling you the Mississippi Ninja. I think I'm just going to start calling you Homer.
Call me Johnny Thomas's Homer.
Johnny Thomas's agent, Homer.
Yeah, Homer.
All right, these guys are
on their down and back.
Down and backs, getting a little bit of warm up. Boy, those are some.
Those are fast bags.
Fluid bags right there, both of them.
Now, I did actually see over the crowd, and I saw Austin, which was playing doubles out there, so I know he's warm. So let's see if sitting around will affect Doug Parker. We saw it just recently as Maddie McBride last night.
Sat for about an hour when she really could have been warming up. There's plenty of space out here to warm up. She could have been staying warm, and it got ugly quickly from poor Maddie last night. Normally you don't see that, but it got ugly quickly last night. We'll see Shane Childers and Jack Harcrow after this as the bracket C wraps up, and then we will get into our final semi-final matchups and then our singles finals here from Knoxville, Tennessee, the American Cornhole Organization Major Championship. What a weekend of cornhole it has been. Terry T-Bone Dawson double dipping to win seniors last night. Austin Cameron, who you saw here on center court, just to get double dipped by Caleb Hurt, but he double dipped Caden Allen and took the juniors last night. Amber Fretwell double dipped Maddie McBride and took the women's championship, and Riley Dressler and Caleb Hurt took the Hampton Farms Big Blind.
Yeah.
We are going to take a break after this game, and then when we come back, speaking of Hampton Farms, got a little something a little off kilter, maybe a little bit of extra fun here. Thanks to our friends at Hampton Farms. Way to play for peanuts and then some. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Hampton Farms Big Blindfold Challenge. We've had our co-ed division going on throughout the course of the weekend as well. We will search out those results. And again, you can follow along American Cornhole on Facebook anytime you like. You'll watch the Taco, T-A-C-O, Talking ACO, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock on the left coast. We have all the results from all of our major championships. Most recently, Beloit, Wisconsin. Before that, Owensboro, Kentucky. And then we look ahead next weekend to the Bradenton area, Florida. So we're looking forward to a whole season worth of finishes like these. And we're looking forward to crown our singles champion tonight here on center court at the Knoxville Convention Center. Again, we certainly appreciate all of the hospitality that we have had since being here in Knoxville repeatedly.
Every year. And I love coming here.
We are back. We had an opportunity to spend some time up in the farmers market at Market Square today. It was a cold day, but a sunny day outside. Saw a lot of the local vendors out with their natural honey and all sorts of mushrooms, and it had a little bit of a Alice in Wonderland vibe up there, to be honest with you, Phil. I feel like if I had possibly partaken in some of the locals, things in the right order, you might be doing this by yourself. Oh, goodness.
I had to call my buddy Jay Boogie in here.
There you go. All right. Well, Doug Parker has taken that early penny lead over
once again,
Austin Thomason.
Once again, he had the opportunity to grab 3, and he grabbed 1. We saw that repeatedly in the last game they played. And
I'm going to tell you, the funnel is getting tighter and tighter. The opportunities to take advantage of those, you'd better start taking advantage of those opportunities, or they will come back and bite you in the loser's bracket.
That's right.
You will be back into the pile of non-winners, if you will, if you do not take advantage of these opportunities every single time they are presented. All right, so nicely done. Some taters exchange. These fellas going to walk down and
I thought
turn around and get it done.
Shoot that one right there. We were sitting on the slick side. That's why he threw what he did. He thought he might could get it to back in there.
Well, Doug out of the lower seed red lane, grabbed the first bag back, and not able to capitalize in that particular frame, but in this round we shall see. We'll see if he's able to.
Hey, I want to take a second. I just saw Cody Rogers over there. Remember what we talked about when Owensboro? Cody stepped up during the Mayfield tornado and did a lot of good work. I just saw him walk by. Man, kudos to all those people and the cornhole people once again for what they did for Mayfield. And I had a chance to drive through there after Owensboro, and it is just unbelievable.
Well, I would tell you that, and those who are watching around the country or around the world, certainly natural disaster finds a place almost every place, which is unfortunate. But the tornadoes that did hit southwest Kentucky and surrounding areas and surrounding states, that was not what you would call something that's going to be cleaned up in a year, 2 years, 10 years.
No.
We had an opportunity to speak to some officials down in that part of Mayfield, Kentucky. Generational. They're saying 1 or 2 generations. And the generosity from around the country, from the Northeast to the Midwest to out west to that area to help with some of the recovery and the cleanup. Again, this is a multi-generational issue. And so you're right. Any chance that the cornhole community has to step up, so many others. I have a Harley at home in my garage. Motorcycle riders, bikers as they're called, some of the biggest hearts in the industry, in the world, who step up time and time again to help so many people from so many different walks of life who will step up to help, and that's a great point.
Yeah, and I tell you, Russell Tabor's, his group over there through a benefit, I mean, it's just, you hear the stories of the people helping out there, and like I said, I had a chance to ride through there on the way home from Owensboro, and it's like devastation.
Well,
city,
and there's no news coverage that can explain it to you. After Hurricane Katrina, I was in Gulfport, Mississippi for a period of time, and it wasn't until I stood at eye level and looked at that I really got a sense of the magnitude of what was going on there. So I will tell you right now that if you have an opportunity to step up and lend a helping hand in any situation like that, the good news is that has no R or no D next to it. It is neighbor next to neighbor, and it's not political. It is absolutely about helping thy neighbor. Let's get back to what's going on the court. 7-0. Austin has jumped out.
Yeah.
Doug took that early penny lead, but 7-1 as Austin takes that number 2 seed and starts to impose his will. There was one that was pushed down under. I'm not sure. I guess maybe he saw that did happen, and that yielded Austin another couple of points there. And we're going to be
Austin starting out strong again, just like he did the last time.
He is in the king's seat, needs to be double dipped by Doug Parker, who he put into the loser's bracket earlier here on Stadium.
So far, we got 2 finalists. Caleb Hurt, Caden Allen.
Caden Allen was took it over Tyler Goodwin, so we've got 2 of our semifinalists right there.
Yeah. Good bag there by Parker. Let's see. Austin's doubles partner out there, Willie Johns, who is probably 3 times. I know he plays in the seniors division. He's a funny guy. And Austin always says people think it's his dad.
Right.
But they're really just really good friends, And so as Parker grabbed a couple that time. I'm still waiting on him to get to the Parker that we've seen here on center court.
Well, we have not seen it yet on center court. To this point, we have not seen the Douglas Parker that we have come to know on center court. And as you continue to watch and get more familiar with the American Cornhole organization, these names will become more and more familiar to you, and you will start to get a sense of who you expect to see advance through these brackets. Oftentimes, we have an opportunity to share these brackets, and a lot of fun to sort of make your own predictions, as you do weekly on the Taco, the weekly program on our Facebook Live channel. Parker able to pick up another deuce there.
And my pick's still alive, by the way.
For the singles championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Double dipped to do it. Parker picks up another deuce, making it 9-5. I know Parker. I met Parker when he very first started playing, and he frankly was not that good, and he has worked his tail off to get to where he's at now, and it has paid dividends for him.
Well, I would venture to say unless there is a Roy Hobbs in the crowd, almost everybody started out not very good.
That's right.
And that level that you talk about of commitment to getting better and playing people that are better than you, and I think that's where we talk about Caleb and Isaac Hurt. I mean, who better to play against if you're Isaac Hurt than your older brother Caleb,
that's right,
who is a player of the season and and that's I think in any sport, you want to play people that are better than you because there's nothing more satisfying than the first time you go beat them.
You're exactly right.
And Parker's commitment to getting better has earned him spots just like this. And, you know, I started out not very good. That's, speaking of not very good, that's not very good right there from Austin Thomason. That's going to require a sweep out front. Chris Clark steps up and sends that bag aside. But, you know, everybody starts out a little tentative, a little nervous. And whether you're starting out playing out front of a Titans game in the parking lot or playing out in the backyard, I think one of the great things about even just watching this on Stadium is seeing that flat bag and realize you're just throwing a snowball out in the backyard and understanding what is going on with the nature of the physics of the bag and the way you throw it and what part of the board you want to hit and when and why.
There's the four-bagger to pick up 3 by Parker. Making it 9-9. This is more of the game I thought we'd see in the first time. So, but you know, going back to the working, we saw Caden Allen and we talked to him, and he practices every day. Every day. I don't have time to practice every day. If I get 2 nights in a week, I'm okay.
Caden Allen is also 17 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I mean, you don't have the responsibilities I have.
One of these days, he's not going to be able to practice every day. But that said, we do know some players are in our age bracket, if you will, that get out and try to make a point of it. And some of them we've known for years that'll just get out and they may pitch a little bit just to keep their arm warmed up or whatever, but then they just start messing around with trick shots or different things like that just to keep themselves engaged or to give themselves a little mental break. So,
and practice is not always just pulling your board out and practicing. We talk about all the time how many tournaments there are weekly. There's tournaments in my area 7 days a week. If you want to get some practice, you go out.
And we've talked to so many players who that is their practice. They'll find a regional, they'll find a game every single night of the week if they want to, and they don't have to just go out. Sebastian Barger, who you saw here on center court over the course of the weekend, his father built him a place to play, a
cornhole palace,
a little cornhole palace, if you will. There are quite a few players that have built really great facilities that allow them to get out, and we've known some that are to a degree naturals. There were a couple of players that the Kingslayer, he was a player, he doesn't practice very often. When he plays, that's his practice. But he just has it dialed in, and some people are blessed with that ability to focus.
Oh, good bag there. He hits that bag a little closer. I think he can get that bag. It might go with Parker, no?
No, I think there's a little bit more of it laying outside the hole than you can see from where you are. See, he takes it in.
He tried to get it
off the backside, but there wasn't. If you look, there is way more hole than you think there is. And
that was a 2-point airmail right there.
It sure was.
Very nice.
There's, I would say, 75% of that bag was sitting up on the top of the board, just a little bit of a drip over the lip. But it's somewhat of an optical illusion. You're right. I'm surprised more players don't take timeouts and go down and look at exactly what it is they're up against, even with an open hole like that. That's a nice opening bag there from Austin.
Parker follows him. You know, what's so funny about Austin? We talked about how deliberate he was earlier. When he scores, he takes his lily time to get back down there. But when he gives up points, it seems like he's on a sprint. It's kind of strange.
He wants to get down there and get it over with and get back on the good foot.
Good bag.
All right, so now Parker, is he going to try to push this? He stepped way out to the edge of the box.
He's got that shot in his arsenal.
He's got it in there, a little low and hard. Oh boy, so close. Nicely done. And Austin even kind of let his hair out there and took the tater as if to say, whew, man, good try, but I'm glad you didn't quite pull that one off, my friend.
That was a nice shot. I've seen him make that shot, so.
You know, and that's one of the other things that we talk about so often is the sportsmanship between the two. When we worked the Pro Series in Branson last year, we put microphones on each player, and just to sit back and listen to the audio of them talking to one another. From guys like Mark Smothers and a handful of others that names that you may not know in the cornhole universe, but certainly those in the ACO know them. And there's character after character after character, and just to hear that banter back and forth up and down between the boards is oftentimes a lot of fun. That's a nice bag right there.
I'll tell you, I think that bag before was a mistake bag, a big mistake bag by Austin
from Austin,
Thomason.
yeah, and that's going to do it.
And it followed with another mistake.
Nothing amplifies a mistake like a bigger mistake.
10.
This could be a 10 spot right here. Is he going to take
We
advantage
haven't
of it?
seen it.
And
There
he does.
it is.
He does.
And it's 19 to 15,
And that is,
one round.
That is the biggest single frame I think we have seen since we've been here this weekend.
I think it may be the single biggest one we've seen since we've been here all year.
Period, yeah, for the entire season. That might be – you do not see that often at all at this level. And that was Austin being very aggressive.
He was being aggressive.
Taking chances, and it almost seems as if he is tired, and he says, you know what, I'm kind of done. I think I'm done. And that's a nice first bag from Doug.
The thing about it is if he gets beat, he's got to play again right now.
That's a true story.
So I just didn't understand the first shot. I do understand the second one, but I did not understand the first one.
Well, that's like doubling down on a bet and losing it. You think you're going to make it all back on that second bet, and then all of a sudden you don't have a house anymore.
Now you're talking about my blackjack play too, right? I'm fortunate.
If you have a problem with gambling, call 1-800. Blah, 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 blah.
Matter of fact, leave me that number. I live 15 minutes from casinos.
I don't have a problem with gambling. It has a problem with me. All right, that was nicely done there. Austin able to pile them up and drop them back in.
Got two more.
It's going to.
And he needed that.
Not something I thought I was going to say. That gets him closer to cutting the lead down when he was up by as many as he was there. So he takes that first bag back, see if he can find that stride.
Oh,
nice
he'll take
blocker.
that one right there. I wish I could harness that shot right there.
I have made that shot accidentally more than I've made it on purpose.
This may be a big push by Parker.
Coming in low and hard.
He moved Austin's out of the way, and he's got the game looking at him now.
He really does. With that bag out of play up top, he can come in low and hard and take them both. Oh, that's nicely done there because – I think this is going to do it.
I think it's already did it.
Oh, he did do it. He laid it up, and that was it. All right, 21-17. That's the first of what's going to have to be a double dip right here for Doug Parker. He takes the first game 21-17. Now, because he came out of the elimination bracket, I don't know if they're going to do any bit of down and back or if they're as warm as they need to be, but Austin Thomason's got to win this to take it. And if Doug Parker is able to pull off the double dip, it'll be one of many we have seen since we got here to Knoxville, Tennessee. So
we're
we
back
saw
underway. It didn't take but a second.
No, I think they are ready to go. I think both of them. I think Doug wants to get back to that stroke that he found, and I think Austin wants to put that one behind him and see if he can't recapture a little bit of the mo that got him here.
I'll tell you what, I got to thinking about that. Austin knew he had that cushion of having to be double dip too. That could have been some of his thinking.
That seems to be a problem with players on center court named Austin.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you think about it.
That's for real.
Austin Cameron, same issue earlier with Caleb Hurt. Caleb ended up stepping out and taking it 21-13 and 21-15.
But when you give up a 10 in the middle of the round and lose, you got to be thinking about that when you start in the next game.
Well, he has to be. Yeah. He has to be exhausted, and we talked about this in a couple of our earlier matches. Fatigue has got to be setting in with some, and while we talk about the fact that you don't want to sit around and just wait, you want to stay loose and limber. At the same time, go. That will wear you out, and you might be listening to us and thinking, "You're insane. Wear you out? Come on." It takes a lot of effort to play this game.
And you got to think about 90% of the games are not played on carpet. It's played out there on hard concrete. And I tell you, I was thinking about that in Owensboro. I brought the wrong shoes, and by the end of the night, playing all day, my feet were shot. So, I mean, all that factors into it.
All right, well, that's going to reverse course there. I think that's exactly where Austin wanted to start this second game to avoid being double-dipped. Now, I will be very candid with you, Phil, when I tell you that whenever I've been involved in a situation like this where I've been on my feet all day, that my feet really don't blame the amount of time I've been doing it. My feet and ankles tend to blame everything above them.
That's right. And I have that problem.
That's on me.
I have that problem
and then it's on them. But you're right. Playing all day long on concrete or even out on asphalt, any place where you don't have an opportunity, like on these pitch pads, to get a little bit of extra cushion, it will cause that fatigue, and you can tighten up very quickly.
Yeah.
That's nicely done there. He's going to be able to pull that bag in from the right-hand side. I think he'll still be able to. He'll still be able to. Oh, he's going to go around. He's going to go left side. I thought he might try to push hard and clean up those three. The one in his hand in these first two. He did.
He got
Nicely done. How about that?
What do we know?
Well, he was able to push it off of Austin's bag, have him. It was almost like a combo shot in pool. He played one off. He's going to play that right off the 8-ball, and he did it. Nice call.
Nice thinking by Parker there, too.
I think I felt like he was going to try to push those two in and follow with the bag in his hand, but that was very well played so that it spun out just a little bit to the left and was able to make its way in there. Nice first bag. Get back to the control of the hole.
Like I said, this is more of the match I thought we would see between these two fine players.
Oh, look at that.
I think Parker's starting to feel his groove a little bit.
Yeah, he is, and I think Austin did himself a little bit of a favor there, and Doug certainly helped him out, and he just replaced the exact bag he had up there, almost the exact same leg of the land right there. Now he's going to have to step outside and going to try to come up over top. You think, and drag
the same
it in?
shot that Parker had.
Yeah, he's coming up and over. And it just splits the hole right there. Leaves one at 11 and one at 5, and that's going to allow Doug to take a 6-4 lead. Grab that first bag. And who knows, we may be on the way to another double dip. It has been a double dip kind of weekend coming out of the elimination brackets to take the player that lives in that king's seat down.
Somebody says we might need to build us an ice cream shop around here somewhere.
That's what I said, Knoxville ice cream, double dip specials.
I'll tell you what. I was just fixing to say it, and I'm glad I didn't say it. I might have jinxed him, but I'm thinking Parker is got the momentum, and Austin needs those 4 back here. But look at that.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we offer these guys 10 cents to start over on this frame, if either one of them would take it.
I don't even know if we had to offer them anything.
Well, that right there might be the ugliest frame we've seen since we've been here, and I think both of those guys would agree with us. Not anything either one of them's proud of, but Austin Thomason's able to put that penny on top of his score. 6-5 the deficit here in the American Cornhole Organization Center Court, the Knoxville Convention Center. Thanks to everybody here at Visit Knoxville for the hospitality. We have had a great weekend. We've still got lots of great cornhole still to come. We are going to find and crown our singles champion before we leave.
Here.
And that'll all happen right here on Stadium. WatchStadium.com or the Stadium app. We invite you to share all of this content. Go back and watch matches that we've called over the course of season 17, and look forward to those that are listed at WatchStadium.com. Coming up next weekend, Bradenton, Florida. The Bradenton area is always a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to getting a little sun on the top of our balding heads.
Please, let's
nicely done. Really good shot there, and that spread the hole wide open.
Big push shot by Parker, and
there
he got
it. He did it. He wanted it. He went and got it. Put up another deuce on top, 8-5.
Parker does have one of the best pushes, along with Justin Duke. Justin Duke has one of the best pushes in the game to me.
And that push shot, again, for those who are the uninitiated, if there's a bag in front, it's literally what it sounds like. You use your bag to push that bag in and follow it in. So, again, for the basic shots, you've got the slide shot right up the middle in the hole. You've got the block shot, which lays one right up in front of the hole. You just saw the slide shot there. Then you got the block shot. The push is the one that pushes that blocker in and follows. And then you've got airmail, which typically goes up and over the top. And then that flop shot, which is also called a roll shot, that these younger players are getting and rolling up and over blockers. And it is pretty amazing to watch. It has everything to do with the grip. It's nicely done. Used his bag up front to slow him down just a little bit. There's a little bit of a low block mistake, I think.
A little bit of mistake. And Parker, I thought, was going to cost himself 4 points going after that bag. It looked like he's going after it again.
He's going to come in low and hard.
And he opened it up for Austin to grab a 4 again.
Yeah, he did. And he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Take the lead, 9-8.
Well, honestly, that you've talked about a number of shots you didn't understand. That one from Parker I did not understand, because there was really nothing to gain by going after that bag. He should have just taken the hole as it was presented.
He took 2 shots at that bag, and it cost him 4 points. Oh. And I think also maybe getting tired, like you said. That's 2 bags.
I think it's fatigue, and I think it's showing up, manifesting in the knees. Boy, I tell you, it's a good thing he hit Austin's bag there to propel him up to the hole, because he was looking at the exact same kind of bag.
You know, Finn, that bag right there is not what you call a great blocker, but it is a bothersome bag. It will bother you.
Bothered me, and I didn't even throw it.
I know, because you have to get up and over that bag. You saw Parker almost make a mistake because he hit it.
He's going to step outside and try to get around, do that get-around shot. Come in around the 3 o'clock side door.
I think he makes the shot right here.
Nope, he's overthinking it.
Yeah.
He just overthought it. He was
did.
ready to launch, and he stopped.
Again. Backed off the putt.
Yep. And what do I know?
What did I tell you?
Nicely done.
And he got 2 points.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah.
He cleaned up that hole and left that one as almost taunting out front there on the low side of the bag for Austin to have to look at when he went to collect everything else.
I like the way he took his time. This is a big point.
I thought that was a huge mistake, and that shows you exactly what I know, because these guys, when they get dialed in and they know what they can do, and you said this, he has, over the course of the games first that we saw here on center court in this, he has really kind of grown into the game that we expected to see from him early on.
And this is a big point in this match. 10-9. It's not really starting to think about every mistake that you make right here.
Yep, and it's the winner moves on and the other goes home.
That's right. I know Parker, he's won the doubles, but he's never won a singles. Austin's never won a singles major. So these 2 guys are vying for their first. Oh, there's 2 points.
That's nicely finished up there with that bag just kind of hanging out in left field.
The thing I see Parker's really struggling a little bit with his inside arm. Not so much as missing everything. And then Austin's also struggling with his inside arm coming this way. So it's going to be a chess match the rest of the way.
Well, and one of the things, too, and if you play casually or just recreationally, you don't think about it. You just line up across from your partner. Now, we have seen some people that line up crisscross. That's absolutely not part of the standard rules, but people play however they play. But it's something you don't really think about when you're playing singles, that you do have to pitch inside and outside when you're walking back and forth. When you've got that doubles partner across from you, you pretty much get an opportunity to just dial in from where you're standing. You can change after the game if you'd like, but in this singles, you do have to have both sides of your game ready to go. And we've seen people be betrayed by one or the other on a number of occasions.
I know this guy that went to a regional one time and gave up 42 points in 2 games on one side.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
He's sitting right beside you.
Eric Heinerman?
No, just the other side.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Phil, what's going on? It's interesting that you knew the exact details of that statistic.
I do. It was crazy.
Oh, goodness. Well, we have all kinds of great opportunities for our pros in the ACO. We've got a Oshkosh, Wisconsin $25,000 pro invitational. We're looking at Jeffersonville, Ohio, $7,500. Our top 8 players are going to be there in an exhibition match. That's going to be big money.
Where's that?
There.
Again,
that's going to be Jeffersonville, Ohio. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be out there for spectators. Set up outside. That'll be July 9th. And then, of course, we're going to be heading to the Field of Dreams movie site at the end of August. Looking forward to that, out amongst the corn stalks and a full weekend of corn. We're going to have actually corn bags remade that are going to be sold as collector's items made out of the corn from the Field of Dreams movie site. So those will be available, and all kinds of cool memorabilia, and a great opportunity to get out and play. If you are a cornhole player in a doubles team, we invite you to come out and join us.
You know, I said they were both struggling on the inside arm. Now Parker's struggling on the outside arm, and Austin did too. So what do I know?
Well, he just got some business done there with a couple of bags. Bags 1 and 2 have found their way underneath the board, and 3 looks poised and ready to go. Parker's going to lay down the blocker.
And we've seen Austin be very aggressive. I think this is an aggressive shot, too.
He's coming hard. And he just left it at a wash there, 13-12. The higher seed, Austin Thomason, trying to avoid being double-dipped here to move on. Doug Parker giving him everything he has got, especially after having been bounced to the loser's bracket by Austin earlier in the evening. And, again, we thrilled to have you here along with us. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, next to Philip Barnett, ACO Pro, and I would say probably somebody who has played against or with 95% of everyone that you have seen on center
Pretty
court.
much.
And this is insight you're not going to get anywhere else.
That's right. And both men right there by the hole. That's a nice bag by Parker. These guys have been going back and forth the last few rounds. 2 points here, 2 points there. And nice clean
Nice
up.
finish right there.
Yeah.
That's a wash. Ultimately, as they call the 8-bagger, if you will. 13-12 remains the score. Austin Thomason over Doug Parker.
8 baggers down the freeway, well, let's call it.
Before all is said and done, we will crown a Knoxville major champion, a purple jersey winner, adding a bunch of points to that total to try to get to the World Championships this year in Branson, Missouri, the final week of July, and it'll wrap up on Saturday, July 30th, American Cornhole Organization World Cornhole Day. From now until the end of time, that final Saturday in July is ACO World Cornhole Day. We invite you to be a part of it if you're coming to Branson. Lots to do there. Old Branson, new Branson, and everything in between Branson. And we will be that everything in between.
Man, I cannot wait to get there.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in the Worlds at Bradenton last year.
Sure did. Heading back there next weekend.
Yes,
it was
sir.
such a good time. We thought we'd head back that way. And we'll look forward to being on stadium next Friday and Saturday with more great ACO action.
And there we go. Now they're getting dialed in. This is more what I thought we'd see.
Yep. And you know, it's funny. The better they get, the more boring it gets.
Yeah, we got to find other things to talk about because you can watch the bag go right down the center of the hole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know what? Boring is good because boring
absolutely.
speaks to the fact that these guys are as good as it gets.
As advertised, that's right. Good as advertised. A lot of people gathered around watching this match too. And both of them have thrown 8 bags in a row in the hole. And I look for that to continue right here as I say that.
Well,
Austin's one almost out of play.
That one's going to be a challenge right there. But look how far out Doug has stepped. He's going to come in on the inside there. And
nicely done, as you like to say.
All right.
Oh.
They're right back where they started.
Absolutely. Good bag.
It's almost as if those 2 bags aren't there at all.
Oh,
yes, they are.
And he caught his other bag. It slowed it down.
Yes, he did. Just enough to keep it out and just enough to yield the lead back to Doug Parker, 14-13. And, boy, I think this might be the closest seesaw battle we've seen all weekend as well.
This was like the elevator going up right here.
Mm-hmm.
One rung at a time. Nicely played by both gentlemen, too.
It really has been. They've both caught fire, cooled off, caught fire again, and I think they've both finally found a comfortable groove. And I think if there was any fatigue in Austin Thomason's legs, I think
that was almost a big mistake.
He has seen some opportunities, taken advantage of some, like that one right there. And
he didn't waste any time after Parker left that bag short, and he went right after it.
No, he wants to. I think he wants to keep playing. There was a period in that first game where I didn't think he did.
Yeah. And look, he's shaking his head. I thought that was a really good shot, and he was shaking his head like he didn't like it. Oh, and Parker pinned him up.
That's a pretty amazing shot, and that's the part of it that will typically call for a timeout. That's the part of this game I still cannot wrap my head around. How bags that are as fluid around the hole as these bags are, when they get bunched up together like that, can interlock almost like puzzle pieces to the point where they cannot be moved.
They cannot. But we see the younger kids step back and fire at about 75 miles per hour, about chest high, and knock them all loose. But I don't think Austin's that kind of player here.
No, and if he throws one hard enough to get all these to drop, it's going to go right through that logo on
he
the back.
did.
Oh,
what a surprise.
That? Well, not what I was expecting there, because I really thought it was just going to bunch up and glue itself together, but he takes that lead back and grabs that first bag back.
Well, he went down there and took a look at it and saw something that we didn't see from sitting over here. Seesaw back and forth, 2 points at a time, as Austin on that last round took the lead back.
Mm-hmm. Parker looked a little bit rattled on that first bag, put it a little bit out of play there on the left side. He might
We've seen him try to go after it. Now, he
Yeah.
turned that bag a little bit right there.
I think he wants to forget about that bag, and just as I say that, he pays too much attention to it.
And Austin finishes up exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah, he does. This is not this is not the situation Parker wanted to be in.
Yeah, he's got to go in.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he did. I looked over there and I said, he does not go in here. This game is over.
It's
6
over.
points, and that's 4, putting him at 19.
I tell you, too, as we watch this scoreboard and as you see it on your screen, it just seems like there are certain scores. It's like Keno.
Yeah.
Certain numbers that just seem to always come up. 19 always seems to be where you don't see as many 18s or 20s. You see 17s and 19s.
17s and 19s. And that's a testament to these guys going 2 points at a time, too. Parker going to try to get around right here. A little risky, yeah, because he kicked that bag and he kicked it out of play. Austin's already made one big push.
Boy, that's
from
a
there.
really nice push right there.
That was. Oh.
All right, well, this could get real ugly real quickly.
Oh, and he really put the pressure on Parker.
That's trouble. Here comes the
and he's gonna take a look at here.
Timeout.
He's taking a look at it. If he goes in with his bag right there, is that black bag going to do it? I think he's going to throw a little bit harder.
I think that black bag stays.
Yeah.
I think he can bully it up to the right-hand northeastern side of the hole, if you will.
I think he can. He's studying it really hard. You see the number 38 on his bag. He finished in the top on his back. He finished in the top 40 last year.
Mm-hmm. He would be considered one of those corny 40 players.
Did you see that? That's nice sportsmanship.
Good short sportsmanship, absolutely. In fact, I wondered, Austin picked up that bag. I'm like, does he think he's going to throw that bag? But hands it off to Douglas Parker, who makes the shot that will make or break the rest of his weekend. Oh, boy, and he misses out, and that's going to do it. 21-14 is going to put Austin Thomason ahead, and that's going to send Doug Parker home, at least for this major championship in Knoxville, Tennessee. So it's 21-14, gets it done. He had to be double-dipped, and Parker with the 21-17 looked pretty good. Yeah. But I'll tell you something, that was more of a methodical shootout that we were expecting to see earlier today when they played, and it was Austin who put Doug in the loser's bracket.
ACO, we are Cornhole.